Florida Gators, the most one-dimensional team I've ever seen to still be kind of good. CBS, over under 63. And hear this, guys. Tennessee Volunteers are a 10.5-point favorite over the Florida Gators. When was the last time that happened?
Dude, they've lost like 15 of 16 to them. It hasn't. It's been the 90s, man.
Hey, first of all, fans, if you're watching this, enjoy your last free weekend of Gary Danielson, because for Alabama fans, it starts next week.
Yeah,
I am not looking forward to that at all.
Yep.
Only one more year with him, though, man, and then we get
one
rid
more
of
year. Count it down.
Count down.
Well, the ABC team that's been covering some games has been pretty nice so far. Really been enjoying their coverage. That was Brad Nessler. Those dudes are good. I dig it.
Much better.
Much better stuff. Let's get your thoughts on this game. Now, Tennessee being that 10.5-point favorite might be a kind of a sticker shock line to a lot of people, might make people want to take Florida. But if you've seen this Florida team like Pettey and I have seen, we understand. Very one-dimensional. And one thing that Tennessee can do is move the ball down the field. Similar offense to what Pettey's boys are doing over there at Ole Miss. Yeah. Are you going to give us a shocking pick today, Pettey?
Man, look, it's been noted. Anthony Richardson hasn't thrown a touchdown pass this year, and all their games have been at home.
But four passes to the other team, right?
4 passes to the other team, and now you're going to Rocky Top, man. In a place that throws mustard bottles and golf balls, and, man, it gets crazy. And look, this was the biggest game in the SEC of the 90s. Look, regardless of who your team was, Ole Miss or Alabama, you didn't miss Steve Spurrier or Philip Fulmer. It was must watch TV, and it's the biggest game for them since then. So I expect the atmosphere at Rocky Top, game days there, it's going to be nuts. And on the flip side, like you just said, Heupel, man, Hooker has thrown, since taking over the job, has thrown 40-plus touchdowns versus 2 interceptions. The kid has been, dynamic.
The exact opposite of AR-15 down in Florida, right? Yes, polar opposite. So, hey. Justin, what do you think? There may not be anybody on earth that's got a better bead on the SEC with the proper Bama slant than Justin Riley here. So what do you think?
Well, first of all, you're always going to score with a hooker. Keep that.
That's right. Boy, that was a layup. I wish I would have thought of that.
Take Tennessee. You're always going to score with a hooker.
Oh, that's great. True story, too.
Good. What really is exciting about the Gators right now, other than their 430-pound defensive lineman, Des Watson? Nothing really, right? Florida has, get this, guys, 10 plays for a total of 10 plays total for 20 yards or more, and they're tied last in the SEC right now. Yeah, it means they're not really going to go anywhere. As you notably pointed out, Anthony Richardson, 0 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. My question is that him, or is he capable of more, and we just haven't seen it yet? From what I understand, Billy Napier is pretty much having to do a reset on Anthony Richardson because his previous illustrious coach didn't know how to actually, progress him. So,
no. Sometimes the player is just not a good quarterback, guys. That's the one thing that blows my mind.
Hold on, though. Wait, you're saying all I've been told for 15 years is Dan Mullen is the greatest quarterback developer the SEC has seen in a generation, though. He made Tebow great, and come on, I know. I'm with you.
That's BS. What has he actually done? He was gifted Tim Tebow. He was gifted Dak Prescott. Both of those people did everything on their own, not because of the glorious tutelage of one Dan Mullen.
Well, he really teaches a good handoff, though. That's his deal.
He teaches the read real well.
The read option, 2008's greatest
to Michael's
achievement.
Point, though, I as much as I would love to jump on Dan Mullen for breaking Anthony, I don't think you can break his passing to that level.
Look, this is a Trey Lance situation, guys. It's the guy's got the body. He can throw it 100,000 yards, and they're like, all these NFL people think, I can teach anybody to throw, right? Well, no, you can't. If a guy can't throw passes in college, he can't throw passes in the NFL. See Trey Lance. See all of the other quarterbacks that have gone in the first round in the last 20 years that completely flopped immediately when they got there just because their physical attributes were so nice, but then they really couldn't play quarterback. Put that guy at running back and score some touchdowns.
But you really can't see Trey Lance unless you go to the medical tent because he's done for the year. Anyway, sorry for all the fantasy.
Convenient for him.
So
That probably extended his career by a year, to be honest.
possibly. So my question is, how close of a game will this be in the fourth quarter? Florida's defense is going to have to create multiple dry spells, like 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. If they can't keep up with Tennessee offensively, if Tennessee continues to score, forget it. It's going to be written off. If Tennessee has scored 20 plus by halftime, game over.
Yeah.
And Tennessee is going to have to exploit the mismatches, which shouldn't be too hard. Florida's offense just isn't dependable.
Big question while you're on that analysis right there, Justin. What do you think about Tennessee's rush defense? Because I think that's the key to the game with Florida being so reliant on the run game.
I like the rush defense. I think Tennessee's defense is tremendously better. They were good last year, but now they've kind of fine-tuned everything, and now they got a dangerous secondary to complement that front seven. So I don't think Florida's going to be able to do much at all unless some kind of craziness happens. There's some blown coverage somewhere. I would like for this to be a game. The sports fan in me wants this to be a game again, and it will be eventually. Napier's going to get them in the right direction. It's just not this year. So
Yeah.
I just think the balls are too much. Hendon Hooker, like we've already said, he's blowing up the stat lines. He's already at 844 yards passing, got a QBR of 86.5 and a 69.4 completion percentage. He's having a good year, and he may be your Heisman favorite come into the season.
Wow.
Give me a quarterback that completes most of his passes over a quarterback that can run over people and run around and look good doing it. You know what I mean? I want to see a guy that puts the ball in the receiver's hands down the field. Hendon Hooker does that. 15 does not do that for Florida.
I will say I've had some inside information that the AR-15 may be hurt, so that's why you're not really seeing a lot.
A likely excuse, but he's not a good passer. He hasn't been for 2 years. And like I said, all those talent scouts that love his body and all that, it's a little weird to me.
I think they're objectifying him.
That's where I was going with that. Awesome. So are we all in complete agreement that Tennessee covers this 10.5-point spread?
I think they blow them out by 20.
Bet that game, guys. Bet that game. We don't give you too many of those.